Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about a particular type of comic book that I really hate. These always come out after big crossovers, sort of to illustrate this new status quo within the Marvel Universe and give you like a sneak preview of the new series that are going to come out and which directions are ongoing series, where they're going to go. And they always feel really sloppy. They always feel really lazy. And I always buy them. They're shameless cash grabs. Like every time I get them, it's like, oh damn, they did it again. They got all my money. And because normally these comic books are like anthology types. That they have 5 or 6 4-page stories or 3-page stories, and in this case they try to do something different. This one came out after the Onslaught crossover, Tales of the Marvel Universe. This came out in 1997, and in this case, the first story, which was written by Mark Waid and illustrated by Andy Kubert, they do a pretty good job because it's like a standalone story. The rest of the stories, written by Tom DeFalco, Kurt Busiek, Mark Bernardo, Howard Mackey, J.M. DeMatteis, and Janice Chang, it's just this really weird muddled mess where each story tries to feed into each other, and it just feels really sloppy. It's pretty bad. So we get the whole introduction to the Ka-Zar series, which actually was a real fun ride. And Adam Kubert's art, it's just fantastic. I really enjoy it. Like, look at this page. A very precious possession of Ka-Zar has been stolen by another tribe. Like in Savage Land, there's always warring factions, and Ka-Zar is the ruler, but there's always these other tribes that want to take his power away, and they steal this possession of his, which is actually a Walkman given to him by Black Panther. When they say the word Walkman, I just couldn't remember the last time I've seen one. It's such old technology now. I feel really old because Walkman were really big back in the day. And here, thanks to the radio of his Walkman, he discovers all the heroes have perished during the Battle of Onslaught. Avengers, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, they're all gone. Black Panther too. And so this sort of sets things in motion for Ka-Zar to go to New York City. He's going to be a hero for a brief time there. His series was actually really fun. It goes in all types of insane directions. There's a moment where Ka-Zar battles Thanos in that series. So I do recommend you guys go read that. And then we cut to where the mess starts. So we have Scott Lang, Nathan Richards, and Elijah Laserfist. They're part of the Fantastic Four family. Fantastic Four disappeared during the conflict, so the situation is what is going to happen with each one of these characters. Elijah basically decides she wants to be a normal human, and she shapeshifts and goes into the human world. Scott Lang, basically what happens, Scott Lang says, hey, I lost my job. I don't have a reason to stay here. He ends up popping up in the Heroes for Hire series, and Nathan Richards, I was going to say Nathan Summers, that's Cable, sorry. It's going to take Christoph, Kid Doom, to Latveria and try to fix that situation because Doom is gone. No one, the sovereign of that nation, there's no one home. And so they have to fix that whole situation in Latveria. And like we get to see what happens with the heroes, and we cut to the situation where there's a bunch of guys at a bar sort of reminiscing how awesome heroes are and what's going to happen with New York City now that their protectors are gone. Here we have an advertisement for the Wolverine series during his feral Savage days, where he didn't have a nose and no adamantium claws. That, oh boy, that was a rough time to be a Wolverine fan. You have the government, they wanted to get their hands on Reed Richards' technology, and obviously there was a backup plan. Nathan made everything disappear into the negative zone. We also get a brief introduction of the Thunderbolts, who actually appeared previously in a Thor comic book prior to Onslaught, so they already had been popping up and doing basic superhero stuff. So here we get to see him in action, saving people from a burning building. The Thunderbolt series was really awesome. I loved it. I have almost the whole run. I've been covering it, most of it on this channel so far. Thing is, Kristoff was a little kid in the previous pages, and now he's a full-grown adult in the Doom armor. They arrive with Nathan and Latveria. Doombots are going crazy all over the place. There's a bit of political turmoil in Latveria, who's going to rule, and we have Dread Knight. He's going to make his big move and try to take over Latveria, and I think he appears in like 3 comic books and he's never seen again. To Rhodey, War Machine. So War Machine with this crazy armor goes into the big main computer mainframe, and he doesn't want any of Tony's technology falling in the wrong hands, so basically he just deletes all he can. And in this process, he actually, I don't understand comic book logic, his armor gets destroyed, so he loses it. He's not War Machine anymore. Finally, we cut to a story with Doctor Strange, where we discover, well, not we know as readers that the heroes are not dead, but Doctor Strange discovers that the heroes are alive. They're in a parallel universe. Sort of like sucks the wind out of the whole situation. Immediately after this crossover, like all the heroes are grieving, and this whole situation is super dire because they're gone, and who's going to fill their shoes? And immediately we have a character that knows everything's okay, and he doesn't. There's no worries, and these guys are going to come back. Sort of takes like all the wind out of the whole situation. So I feel like this is like a colossal blunder. So I'm gonna leave it here. I hate these status quo preview comic books, and don't waste your money buying them. This one's a complete waste of time, as all of them. So see you guys next time. Bye.